Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Deb Gillard, your host, and today is Friday, November 20th. The Owatonna Today Show is, of course, your community connection since 1991, and we would not be there if it weren't for the generous support over the years from our many, many supporters and sponsors. We, of course, give them credit where credit is due. Please tell them thank you when you see them. Patronize their businesses, support their organizations. They include our premier sponsors, the Advocates for Developmental Disabilities, City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Owatonna Public Utilities, and United Way of Steele County. Primary sponsors are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Brookdale Senior Living Solutions, Little Theater of Owatonna, Owatonna Foundation. Interlude sponsors include Abraham Consulting Technologies, Bremer Bank, Bredna Bednar Mortgage Office, Glenn Mager and Michael Mager of the Breck Mager Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Carlson Branstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Owatonna Business Incubator, Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, and TPS Insurance. Of course, we do ask again that you tell them thank you. And if you or someone you know are interested in becoming a sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show, Leanne will be happy to get you the information. It's very easy to do. Get a hold of her at 390-5751 or shoot an email to owatonnatoday@charter.net. And we thank you in advance for your consideration of that. We have a great show for you today. We are going to be talking with Laura Resler when we come back, the executive coordinator for the Owatonna Foundation, and find out what's going on there. A little bit later on in the program, talking about the Star of Hope program for the Homestead Hospice House here in Owatonna. So let's take this break for some of those fine sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
The majority of fatal home fires happen at night when people are sleeping. Smoke alarms give you time to escape. We recommend that you have a smoke alarm in every sleeping room of the house and on every floor in the common living areas. Smoke alarms should be tested monthly, and batteries should be replaced at least once a year. This is a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Kick off your holiday season with Advocates for Developmental Disabilities' 25th Annual Festival of Trees, Friday, November 20th, 7:30 p.m. at the Owatonna Holiday Inn. The gala is a festive evening of sparkling trees, live and silent auctions, and delectable hors d'oeuvres and desserts, all wrapped in a package of goodwill. Tickets are available at Cashwise, Hy-Vee, Cockeys, and Insiprints, or by calling 451-9769. Put some merry in your holidays by attending AD's Opening Night Gala, Friday, November 20th. Hope to see you there.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us here on this Friday, November 20th. And as promised, Laura Resler joins us with all sorts of Christmas bling.
Yes, good morning.
She is, I would say it's a Christmas hangover. That doesn't sound good.
Well,
what I'm referring to is the event that was going on yesterday that the Owatonna Foundation was a part of course.
That's right. It was the lighted parade downtown, yes. Kicking off the holiday season, and we were so pleased to sponsor the cider and cookies for the parade. So I'm channeling my inner Minnie Pearl or something, I don't know.
I love it.
I wanted the antlers and the necklace, but I couldn't come up with that. So, so this is as lit up as I get.
In so many words. Okay.
In so many words.
Yes, and it looks wonderful, and of course it was a wonderful event. It always is to kind of kick off the holiday season and get everybody just in the mood.
Our own mini dazzle.
Yeah, and our very own mini dazzle. You are right.
We are so lucky.
Rolling for the holidays. So Owatonna Foundation was a part of that, and of course continues to be such a strong presence in this community for so many years. We're marking about how many years now?
Well, it's organized in 1958,
okay.
And since that time, over $11.5 million contributed to the community, thanks to, our wonderful donors and people in the community. That's, it's a community foundation and supported by them. So we're very, very blessed, and we're coming into that holiday season now, where this is the time of year where the foundation does ask for your contribution and help. So you can always reach us at our office or, check out our website. We've got a wonderful video on the website that just talks about all the great things the foundation has done and contributed to. So
okay. Sometimes I think about those things and the strides we've made and the website and all that kind of stuff. And of course, I don't mean to sound stupid here, but back in 1958, those that founded the Owatonna Foundation would be so amazed, I think, and pleased at how it has stayed and been such a force here in the community for so long over the years. And even more amazed, they wouldn't even know what the website meant, but you know, to see how you're reaching out to people and letting them know what the foundation is all about and what it does.
Well, and God bless them for having the foresight to look forward and, you know, make the steps to create this foundation that has, you know, really impacted the community. I mean, it's literally touched every person that lives here in one way or another with all the projects, you know, from the soccer fields to the history center to the library, park and rec, trails, you know, I mean, it's
you really
it's been
can't
an
go
amazing
anywhere in town without seeing something either that's noted and signed as such, that is, you know, been supported by the Owatonna Foundation, or maybe it's a little more behind the scenes and we don't see that flat out sign, but you really can't go anywhere here that's had impact on people and continues to do so today that probably hasn't been touched by the foundation.
Right, and then, you know, we just had our fall grants committee meeting, and the trustees have awarded a defibrillator to the dive club. You know, they do a lot of support to the local law enforcement, you know, if there's an issue that arises, and then also another softball association park and rec partnership for the dugout replacements at the fairgrounds park. So,
and I know you've talked about this before and it's been identified. Owatonna Foundation supports things, bricks and mortar, correct? So if people are not familiar that are watching us now, how do you explain that as compared to some of the other agency type support that is also out there? And I mean, they all work together, but the Owatonna Foundation is kind of unique in that.
Well, the foundation likes to do projects that have a lasting impact. So it's something that's a depreciable type of item, or like a bricks and mortar building, you know, such as they helped with the History Center. They did the scoreboard at Darts Park. You know, they helped with the library addition years ago. So it has to be something of substance. And it has to be, if you're looking for a grant, you have to be a 501c3 nonprofit, and that. But you know, like the defibrillator project, that was a little bit different, but it is considered a capital item.
Exactly.
So
kind of something you can touch.
Right, and
use
if people have questions or want to know, you know, if they have an idea, come to us. You know, we're here to help and facilitate, and if we can't help you, we can hopefully point you in a direction that might get you what you need. So.
Exactly, because if it's not something that that fits within the foundation's mission, it may very well fit with another organization that's around here that is maybe supporting more programming and more, you know, those types of things. And again, they all work together. We have to have those things that are in place, those bricks and mortar, to support all of the programming.
And I want to say, you know,
provided.
I'm really impressed with our trustees because they make the site visits, they go out, and they get involved if people need help and act as a resource. You know, we've got they're great business people. Denny Miller, for instance, with all his construction background and work with Alexander Lumber, he's just been mentoring a project as well. So, you know, they do get involved, and we're there to help. So we want people to succeed.
And at one time, the foundation did not really have a physical location, so to speak, but you do now. And
we do. We're on 108 West Park Square. Right next to the park and very visible. You know, we're open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 to 1. And anybody's welcome to drop in, you know, or give us a call. And if you want to come on a different day, I'll be happy to meet you.
All right, Laura, way to go. Good executive coordinator stuff going on. I'll be happy to meet you.
So
yes, and you can tell that you are passionate, as are the people that have been involved on the board for so many years. And
they are, and that's what makes it such a wonderful place for me to work at and to see it grow and develop. You know, my goal would be that everybody is aware of the foundation and makes a contribution. You know, $5 is just as important as 5,000 or more. You know, everybody can contribute in one way or another.
They can. So let's talk a little bit about that. As you said, the foundation kind of makes their ask here at the end of the year. It is tax deductible, correct?
Yes.
The foundation itself being a 501c3 organization. So you can make those gifts. You could gift something in honor or in memory of. A lot of people do that. As you know, we were just talking about, what do you get people for Christmas that don't need anything? And sometimes it's very nice if If you know they have a particular passion for something, to gift to that organization,
Right.
and just say, this is what I did for you for Christmas, because they really maybe didn't need that coffee pot or, who
Another
knows,
pair of
whatever.
socks or a tie.
Yeah,
There you-
exactly.
right.
So maybe that's something you can do. But also for ourselves to say,
Right.
how can I feel good? It is a season of giving. I think that we all feel good when we give to things that we do believe in and that do support our local community. It's kind of the changing lives one person at a time. But it goes deeper than that too, and there are legacy and estate planning things that the foundation is certainly involved with.
Right. We have a legacy society, and this is where people have made the commitment to remember the foundation in their estate. And there are many different ways that you can do that. And so we can help facilitate that as well. We have about 54 people in our legacy society right now, and it's growing, and Tom Dufresne has worked very hard to get that established and going. So there is that option.
Okay.
We're looking down the road where there might be a point in time where we can actually help you facilitate your own family foundation, or enable people if they have a certain amount of money, and it's I don't want to say small amount, but have somebody help manage that. We're looking at options where that might be a possibility down the road.
Okay. So it's for individuals, and as we think about what is the legacy that we want to leave. So we hopefully do good things and do good works and get involved in things when we're here on this earth, but someday we won't be. And how can we continue what we want to do? And if it's
Right.
supporting the foundation and all the good work that it does and things like that, you are truly leaving a legacy for yourself and your family.
Right. And the foundation covers community, recreation, the arts, and education. So, it really helps. We do the vetting for projects that, maybe you can't attain, a level of giving that facilitates that on your own. So the foundation with their funds can do that.
So when you just mentioned a little bit earlier, and then you mentioned kind of those different categories that the foundation is involved in, and say I wanted to write something in my will and I'm very passionate about the arts, can I even leave my legacy to the foundation and say I would like it to go specifically for things having to do with education or the arts or things like that?
You can. I think there would have to be a certain minimum amount set aside, which is yet to be determined.
Okay.
But there have been funds like that. The Gassner Fund definitely was one of those funds, and that was to facilitate things at West Hills, and that's how the money's been used.
So even more of a kind of pinpointing that
Right.
legacy and saying, okay, I
Right.
want to do this, and it's really going to get funneled right where I would like it. And it's just an amazing thing. Again, the foundation has done so many wonderful things. How many people are on the board?
35.
35 individuals, and very active, and like you said, very, very good business people in their own right, or retired. I know some are still in business and some have retired from business, but it has just been a great group of people, I think, since the very beginning.
It's
Absolutely.
a worthwhile investment in your community.
It is.
There you
and,
go.
And we're very grateful to those that have contributed to us.
I don't know if people could hear what Leanne said, but it's a worthwhile investment in your community, no matter whether you're doing it now or, again, whether you plan it in your estate to continue to pay it forward, so to speak. So, Laura, you got your hands full
Right. Well,
between parade and blinging it up and all the things that the foundation does.
you
on
have
a
to be able to
regular
laugh
basis.
at yourself a little bit. So here we are.
And letting others laugh at
And
her,
letting
too.
others laugh at me too.
Well, again, that's a nice way for the foundation to get involved in some things that are going on to create the awareness for people to say,
Absolutely.
oh, okay, if I haven't heard about it, who is the foundation? What do they do? And that's your opportunity to do that. So thanks for being a part of that
Well,
as
thank
well.
you.
All right, and have a great Christmas season.
You too.
A great end of the year for the Owatonna Foundation. Support it. Call them if you need more information. Visit their website. Laura, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be back after this word from our sponsors.
United Way is all about
a safety net in times of crisis.
strong, safe, healthy community.
Children and youth achieving their potential.
Healthy children.
Independent and stable families. Better health of community members.
Please join us and all Napa Distribution Center employees by giving generously, advocating for a better quality of life, and volunteering your time. We all win when we live united.
The majority of fatal home fires happen at night when people are sleeping. Smoke alarms give you time to escape. We recommend that you have a smoke alarm in every sleeping room of the house and on every floor in the common living areas. Smoke alarms should be tested monthly, and batteries should be replaced at least once a year. This is a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager. And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years. Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require. We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show on this Friday, November 20th, and I have with me Tom Bonacci. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Deb.
Some of you may recognize Tom. He was recently recognized as a Senior Volunteer of the Year Award, and so we're very, very pleased to have you back here on the Owatonna Today Show and talking about the Owatonna Hospice Star of Hope lighting. Just a little bit of background about yourself. You're very involved with Hospice Inc. Board, and so that kind of is, you're pretty involved. People might even see you out and about helping out the physical location at our Homestead Hospice House, correct?
That might be happening, yes.
Yeah. He said out there planting, taking care of the memory path, and kind of helping with buildings and grounds kinds of things.
Right.
Yep, so active there, but we definitely want to leave lots of time to talk here about the Owatonna Hospice Star of Hope lighting. Let's hold up the poster right now so people can see. Tom mentioned that he's out and about right now putting these beautiful posters out that talk just a little bit about the event, say where and kind of the where and when it is, and what it benefits, and that's some of the information we're going to go into. So keep an eye out for these posters in town. And of course, there's a way to get more information on there if you need it too. So let's talk a little bit about the Star of Hope. It's going to be December 6th, correct? And that's a Saturday?
It's December 6th.
Okay.
Which is a Sunday.
Oh, Sunday, excuse me.
Sunday,
Pardon me.
December 6th
Okay.
at 5 o'clock. The Star of Hope is a program of music, prayer, and remembrance of the loved ones that have passed, and we also have the lighting of the star.
Okay.
It's being held at the Daybreak Community Church.
Okay, perfect location, which has been going on for some years, since Tom was saying, even since they were still pounding nails in at one point at Daybreak and finishing up their construction, but it's been a great partnership between Daybreak and the,
Very much
the
so.
Hospice House.
And it is right across the street from the Hospice House, right on 26th Street, just west of the hospital.
Yep.
So it's worked out very, very well there.
It has.
The program itself will consist of music, and the music will be done by the Owatonna High School Carolers, and also the Ellendale United Methodist Church Choir.
Okay.
And we're really looking forward to that group.
Both of those musics, yep.
Yes, and then a message of hope will be shared by Pat Beretta, and Pat is the new hospice home care manager. And following the program, there will be a procession to the windmill across right at Hospice House. And there the star will be lit.
Okay.
And the star will stay lit throughout the Advent and Christmas season.
It is beautiful.
And it can be seen from a long ways
Oh
off.
my gosh, can't you though? I mean, if you have seen it, you definitely are remembering what we're talking about. If you have not, make plans to do that. Of course, you can very easily see it if you're ever out in the area of the healthcare campus and so on. So it's on the poster. You can't really see, but in the background you see that it's built on the windmill, and it's a beautiful, bright Star of Hope.
And after singing a Christmas carol at the Star, we'll return to the activity room at Daybreak Church, which is right across from the sanctuary, and there we'll have a string ensemble from the Owatonna High School performing, and they do a great job.
They do.
And we have refreshments. There's always a great assortment of cookies, so that's something a lot of people
It's the holiday
look for.
season, of course.
That's
there
right.
is.
And then we have a chance to socialize with others.
Yeah, and to kind of connect and compare.
Right.
Yeah.
And being the program that it is and why we're having it, It's also a fundraiser for the Patient Care Fund.
Okay.
And so we suggest a donation gift of $10, and which is tax deductible. And the Patient Care Fund assists families who have limited resources. The charge to stay within the house is $275 a day, and there's some families that just can't make it. So the Patient Care Fund is in constant use. There's always someone that's in need of that.
That's in need of that. So in a way, it simplifies it a bit, but in a way it's kind of a scholarship or a way of helping those families that might not be able to to take on that payment privately. And so the Patient Care Fund then kind of swoops in and helps get them there.
And there are requirements for receiving the assistance. Yes, and I think it's important to realize too that hospice serves more than just the hospice house. Homestead Hospice serves about 5 counties, and there's about 35 families that are being served right now.
Okay.
So it's a big program.
It is. It is. It is. As you've been out and about and you've been talking with people and hanging up posters, you get some good comments and feedback from people, don't you?
I certainly do. And the community has really been supportive. I pass out posters, and I always thank the people for letting me share the poster with them, and very often they thank me for bringing the poster. The small business people in Owatonna have been just great for that.
Yeah.
And in fact, somebody told me yesterday that they go each year to the program, and they are very moved by the experience they have there. It's just you leave with a good feeling.
You really do, and I know that it is. It's very much a place where people who have been touched by hospice or hospice house come to gather and have that wonderful remembrance and music. But maybe not necessarily. I would guess that a lot of us by now have been somehow touched by hospice, either very directly or a little bit out. But it's completely open to the public. Just come and support the Patient Care Fund and the program and everything that goes on at Hospice House. Doesn't mean you have to have been touched by hospice, but of course I think that you find that many people have been.
Sure, and it's also an opportunity to honor people who are living, who have been very special to you. Maybe somebody who's a cancer survivor, or has had a lot of hardships in their life, and it's somebody we can just look at. And
do you know what the attendance of this event usually ends up to be? It's a good group of people going across the street to view the star and come back again.
I would say probably around 300 to 400. It varies. The weather plays a big part of it.
Well, yeah. It is December in Minnesota after all, so yes, we understand that.
And we do walk across, and there are law enforcement people taking care of 26th Street, so we don't have problems crossing. So,
and on a Sunday evening at that time, it's not as much of an issue as if we were dealing with rush hour traffic, but still to know that they're there and safe. And if somebody can't make it, maybe they have mobility issues or something, they can certainly wait at Daybreak Church for the event to kind of come back to them too. So it's not a requirement that you start at Daybreak, you walk across, but if you are physically able and would like to, it is just a beautiful thing.
And there are windows, so you can, if they want to just watch when the star is lit.
Okay. And you've been involved for how long with hospice?
Since about 2004.
Okay.
So it's been a good relationship.
Yeah, you bet it has. For yourself probably, and most especially I think for the people that you're helping with at hospice and in and around the building and involved in this too.
It's such a nice place just to spend some time, to go, I spend some time working in a memory path or doing something else. And it's a very sobering experience being out there. And it's
calming, sobering, spiritual, I think, all of those words.
And then you see some of the patients coming out sometime in wheelchairs and they'll come and watch you do some work out in the gardens.
When the weather permits, yes, it's nice to get out in the sun.
And we now have a nice trail that goes right over, it joins the trail that the hospital has, and it's paved.
Yeah.
So they can take their wheelchairs right along the path.
I know. It's just a beautiful area out there.
Good.
And again, we're very fortunate to have a residential hospice house
very much so.
here. Many communities have hospice, of course, playing a part of things in their program, but not everyone is as fortunate to have the physical location that can be a choice for some people. So that's a blessing as well.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah. Well, thank you for all your work with it, Tom, and all your volunteer work that you do, but obviously this being a big part of of what keeps you busy, isn't it?
It certainly is.
Okay, well, thank you very
Well,
much.
thank you,
and
Deb.
we'll look forward to the Star of Hope program Sunday, December 6th. It begins at 5 o'clock, Daybreak Church. Tom just kind of told us how the evening goes. There's music, there's memories. It's a beautiful lighting of the star at that time, which will be enjoyed throughout the Christmas season. And so thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you're welcome. We'll take a break for our supporters, and we'll be back to wrap it up for today.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
I'm Deb Gillard. And I'm Shaw McNulty with Brookdale Owatonna Assisted Living and Memory Care,
where we provide optimum living activities to keep our residents engaged in life.
And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Wrapping it up on this Friday, November 20th, the Festival of Trees is kicking off this evening, Friday, November 20th, with their opening night gala at 7:30, and there's all sorts of fun stuff going on. Of course, those trees will be up and available. Oh, I'm not finding it on here on the poster, but through Saturday, November 28th. So if you are not a part of the gala tonight, do go out and enjoy the beautiful trees, as always, at the Owatonna Holiday Inn. But even more fun if you're part of the gala tonight. The CD release of Curtis and Loretta's When There's Good to Be Done will be held Saturday, November 21st, so tomorrow at 2 o'clock at the Owatonna Arts Center Performance Hall. Loretta Simonette wrote 12 original songs about real-life people who overcame great odds in their lives, and she'll be there performing. The cost for the concert is a suggested $5 per person. That is free to former state schoolers. And Curtis and Loretta also are planning to donating the money collected to the Owatonna Arts Center and the Orphanage Museum. So a great fundraiser going on tomorrow. Also tomorrow, back by popular demand, Colleen Ray and Associates will perform for the annual Owatonna Women's Club charity event. That is this Saturday, tomorrow, from 7 to 11 p.m. at the Owatonna Eagles. If you haven't got your ticket, you may still, when you're hearing this, be able to be purchasing that at Kottke Jewelers or from a member of the Owatonna Women's Club. Cost is $25 each, $30 at the door. And of course, since we were just talking about hospice, proceeds from their event will be going for therapeutic horse rides for youth with challenges from Ride for the Brand, Let's Smile, providing dental services for underserved children, and Homestead Hospice House Patient Care Fund, as we just talked about with Tom and what that supports. So a very good fundraiser there. The next Autism Spectrum Disorder Parent Support Group, held by the Advocates for Developmental Disabilities, so the practical side of the Festival of Trees Gala. That event will be coming up it is the fourth Tuesday all the time. It is November 24th, and it will be from 6 to 7:30 at Associated Church. So if you or someone you know could benefit from that, please do take advantage of that. Coming up next week on the Owatonna Today Show, let's see, here's the laundry list. City of Owatonna, Brookdale Senior Living, Toys for Tots, Salvation Army, Eat Well Nutrition Therapy, and an interview with Tim Waltz. So please join us next week for all of that. Have a great weekend. We'll see you then.